Hi guys, how are you all? This is Podcast 101 and I'm Rhythm and I'm making this podcast for my unit ALC 708. And in this podcast, I'm going to talk about digital media and culture heritage. Before starting it, I would just like to say that it's going to be my first ever video podcast. So I'm a little nervous about it, and but at the same time, I'm quite excited about doing it. On that note, let's start. So today I will discuss the issues that are faced by the culture heritage institutions due to the introduction of digital innovation. As known, the digital innovation had affected various aspects in the fields existing in the market. As per various studies, I have gained knowledge about the digital innovation, that it had not only innumerable impacts on the current industries but also creates a huge impact on the culture heritage institutions. Some of the reasons and some of the outcomes that I some of yeah some of the reasons and some of the outcomes will be discussed by me in this blog. The culture heritage institution is termed as the cultural organization along with the culture and subculture that can work for both the preservation and the promotion of it. The culture heritage institution is evident to provide the education regarding the culture of a society, country, and race of a particular place. The museum library is considered as the culture heritage institution that would be the heritage of a place. According to a study that I have read by Swan Matheson in 2017, it can be said that the people nowadays are involved in busy schedules, being the academic schedules or the professional schedules. This prevents them from physically visiting the place and getting knowledge about it. Due to this reason, they access this data on the internet and through various clubs, sculptures, pictures, and paintings that are available on the internet. On the contrary, a study by Heinings and Gegenber in 2018, their work states that though all the data is still available on the internet, the people still like to go physically there and gain knowledge about it rather than searching it on the internet. In the end, I would like to conclude that the digital innovation may be used for both good and the bad intentions. It totally depends on person to person. In my view, the digital innovation may be used for the restoration of the heritage culture, and it can be used to destroy it as well. The heritage culture should be preserved rather than destroying it. So, however, I have discussed the negative impacts of digital innovation as well. We should try to protect the cultural heritage side from further damage, and we as citizens should be much more responsible for the protection of it, for the cultural heritage institution, and we should try to do it with the best effort. By saying that, I would like to end my podcast here, and I hope you have gained some knowledge about culture heritage and how the digital innovation and digital media are affecting the culture heritage institutions. And thank you so much for watching this podcast. Thanks.